Ander Herrera has given a two-word reaction to Manchester United's dramatic win over Brentford. The Red Devils secured a comeback victory at Old Trafford on Saturday thanks to two stoppage-time goals from Scott McTominay. After the match, Herrera commented on the club's celebratory Instagram post. "United way," wrote the Spanish midfielder. Herrera made 189 appearances during 5 years at United before leaving in 2019. Elsewhere, Peter Schmeichel believes Andre Onana is losing the trust of his Manchester United teammates after his error in the 2-1 win over Brentford on Saturday. Ten Hag's side staged a dramatic injury-time comeback at Old Trafford as Scott McTominay's double overturned Matthias Jensen's first-half opener for Brentford. Casemiro, who was subbed off at half-time, was guilty of giving the ball away in the build-up to Brentford's goal. But questions will be raised again over Onana's ability to become David De Gea's long-term successor, as United's £47.2 million summer signing should have kept out Jensen's low effort. Schmeichel, who made 398 appearances during his career with United, has criticized Onana's technique with saving low shots and feels the 27-year-old is struggling to recover from his mistakes. Meanwhile, United face competition for wonderkid. Manchester United are set to face competition for Brazilian wonderkid Luis Guilherme. The Palmeiras starlet has been strongly linked with the Red Devils in recent days. However, Fabrizio Romano reports that Bayern Munich are also potential suitors for the 17-year-old. Scouts from a number of European clubs were in Brazil to watch Guilherme this week. On the other side, after he left his job, Rooney linked with Birmingham job Wayne Rooney is being lined up by Birmingham City to replace John Eustace, according to the Daily Mail. The Blues gaffer has been linked with several Premier League clubs after impressing in the dugout. Former Manchester United forward Rooney is out of work after announcing his exit from MLS side DC United. Birmingham are currently 6th in the championship following their 3-1 win over West Brom on Friday. Elsewhere, Manchester United fans have branded Brentford defender Christopher Ajer a clown following their dramatic win on Saturday. The Red Devils scored twice in stoppage time to turn the game around and claim all 3 points. Before the late drama, Ajer was seen celebrating the award of a Brentford goal kick, but United fans have now had the last laugh, again and again. It is confirmed that Ten Hag has 3 major issues to fix at Manchester United during the international break. A whole host of Man United players will head off on international duty over the next few days, but the Dutchman must use the next fortnight to address some major problems. After a mixed start to the season, Manchester United were back to regroup and kick on after the first international break. Things didn't really go to plan. Ten Hag will hope for a quieter fortnight off the pitch than last time, a break in which he axed Jadon Sancho from the squad and saw Antony take a leave of absence. But work at Carrington will only intensify following an underwhelming month. United players returned from their national teams to lose 4 of their 7 matches across all competitions, with consecutive Champions League defeats leaving them bottom of Group A. A dramatic victory over Brentford on Saturday brought some optimism into the break, but there is still masses of work to do ahead of a tough October. The issues at United are plenty, but Ten Hag may boil it down to 3 broad problems he can attack over the next fortnight. Plenty of his players will be away on international duty, but it is imperative he works with those present to get back on track. Goals continue to be a major problem, following on from last season. United scored the fewest among the top 6 last time out and are already way behind their top 4 rivals. Rasmus Højlund has shown plenty of promise in Europe, netting 3 times in 2 Champions League appearances, including a brilliant brace against Galatasaray. But others are falling short, with Marcus Rashford way off the pace while Bruno Fernandes is not creating at his usual rate. A more recent problem to surface has been at the back, with United regularly shipping soft goals. Against Galatasaray, they twice gave away quick-fire equalizers with weak defending and lapses of concentration, which has been a common pattern. You have to be right on spot on any occasion during the game, and you can't lose any awareness or any sharpness in any game, Ten Hag told Man U TV on Saturday. And there has to be always communication across the whole pitch. When the communication drops in levels, then you can have a problem because any one moment, opponents will take benefit from it. The issue has not been helped by the pile-up of injuries at the back, with Luke Shaw, Rafael Varane, and Lisandro Martinez all absent at different points. Andre Onana is also getting used to a new back four in front of him, but issues in communication and focus must be ironed out over the next fortnight. But the concession of goals is not solely down to the defense, and in that sense, midfield is equally to blame. From the first game of the season, a fortunate one, 0 win at home to Wolves, United have lacked balance in that area and been overrun as a result. Casemiro has been a long way from his best, but is not helped by being left isolated, with Fernandes and Mason Mount seemingly the first-choice options ahead of him. The arrival of Sofian Amrabat should help in that sense, but it's important to find balance with the more attacking players as well to avoid being too defensive. United return from the international break with a tricky trip to Sheffield United, then they have 3 massive games to contend with after that. They're back in Champions League action against Copenhagen before facing Manchester City and Newcastle United. United can't afford to fall flat when they return from the international break, and they have some major issues to fix. On the other side, Wayne Rooney has decided to leave DC United. The MLS club confirmed his departure late on Saturday evening, with officials insisting that it was a mutual agreement. A statement from DC United CEO and co-chairman Jason Levien read, "We have spoken with Wayne and agreed it is best for us to part ways at this time. This decision creates the avenue for our next general manager to have the full opportunity to impart a new philosophy and structure onto our sporting operations, which begins with the critical identification of a head coach who will best align with this. We are grateful to Wayne Rooney for all he has done for our club and for soccer in the nation's capital. First as a DC United player and captain, and most recently as our coach. He remains an important part of the DC United family and a valued and cherished friend. Again and again, Man United transfer target Federico Chiesa reportedly prefers a transfer to a European club over a move to the Saudi Pro League. Italian publication Calciomercato says that the Juventus winger wants to leave the Serie A giants to play for a club in the Champions League. The Turin-based club are looking for a fee in the region of £50 million for their star. The 25-year-old has already scored 4 goals in 7 games this season, and his contract expires on 2025. Meanwhile, Ten Hag is pushing Man United Chiefs to sign defensive cover in January, and the Dutch tactician has taken a shine to PSG star Nordi Mukiele, according to reports. Football Transfers claim the versatile defender is highly rated by Ten Hag, who joined the League One giants from RB Leipzig last summer. He has since struggled for game time, with the report suggesting the club might cash in on their asset. So let's talk about on latest news of Sancho. Juventus plan to hand Jadon Sancho an escape route from Old Trafford and could turn it into a permanent £60 million deal next summer. The Italians are keen to sign the dumped United winger on loan in January, before a potential full-time move at the end of the season. They hope United will agree to paying half of Sancho's wages if he goes, knowing the Reds are keen to put him in the shop window. Sancho has been out in the cold since falling out with Ten Hag when he was left out of the squad for the trip to Arsenal at the start of September. Manager Ten Hag insists he was dropped because of poor performances in training, yet the player claimed on social media that he was being made a scapegoat.